Well, welcome for session 3. Uh, Chapter name is Product Design, Module 2, Product Life Cycle Management, 8th semester Mechanical Engineering. This is what the outlines, which is course outcome from this product life manufacturing and management. Course outcome and course objective are this is what the details we are already discussed, and the particular chapter which is consisting of this engineering design, organization and decomposition in the product design process, methodological evolution in the product design, concurrent engineering, design for X and design for central development model. Up to this particular chapter topics we are discussed in our previous sessions. Particularly in this session we are going to discuss about strategies for recover at the end of the life, recycling, human factor in a product designs, as well as modeling and simulation in product. Okay. Up to in previous session we are discussed about design for design for X. Here design for central development model. For particular concept we need to understand how the product design is concerned with this particular topic, and we need to understand how the things are very important to understand this particular product life cycle management. Today this design central model has been considered for the thing that is the need reducing the cost and production development time have the given way different design methodologies. One such evolution of the structure of design and development process is formal formational and sequential to concurrent model as discussed in a previous sessions. We just need to know how this central development model is work. Another structure tending towards the concurrent model while partly maintaining the sequential dimension of this some phases, and giving the particular emphasis to vast range of request is demanded for product in relation to the various phases of the life cycle in design and central approaches. We just see how this total consideration will be shows that how this is what the different types of development of particular central model has been concerned. You just see as the concept of design is very important, and detail of design and as well as analysis, which is constructed with this design for X concept, that is DFX, and which is constructed with connected with for prototype and test as well as this production ramp up. You just see this is what the design is finalized in DFX time, as this total elapsed time which is in connected with concept generation up to end of this product ramp up is very important, as this product prototype is produced either in virtual or physical way, and then test is conducted for that particular model of prototype, that is virtual or physical, and then production ramp up will be total elapsed time is depending upon this overall process development of this model, where the strategies is very important. Before that we need to understand this concepts, and in this design central model certain pieces of information is that original detailed design, while many may be in 2D or 3D CAD model, and remain through this development of cycle has been achieved through the acting master, which a process all are having and complete compulsory, and this request is are very important. The design centered model as shown in the figure, uh, before that this figure has been understand to be in extent in several extents. So this is what total incurrent which is occurred in a downstream design changes which should be minimized. This is does not necessary to involve the participation of all the member together as a departments, but consideration should be there to requirement is embedded with activity with the detailed design. For example, production process here the still taken place after detail design has been completed and overall the process is still predominantly sequential. However, there is higher level of confidences in the design information, which is still batched and passed the next stage of a process. The design centered model thus demonstrated the front end fixing of this design through the use of design for life cycle tools as a technique. This is what the required tool and technology here the centered around the various analysis tool, that is computational and analytical methods such as finite element method, that is FEA, that is also involved. Design for manufacturing DMF, that is also involved. Design for assembly DFA also involved. Design for environment DFE, and life cycle costing LCC. This method are all employed for design of central model. As central the central controlled product is an ideal form of controlling design releases issue, which is easily facilitated by the state of level of CAD model, that is computer aided manufacturing involvement. The change of control process is the same as the sequential model. Is this master model require modification to enable the engineering changes which is to be likely to be occurred. So the promises to design central product definition is that the each stage risk is minimized before release. The design is centralized. Design centered approach is employed particularly by automotive and aerospace companies, and with the driving forces being predominantly based on quality and cost of this particular product development. As coming to this strategy for recover that at the end of the life cycle, end of the life cycle end of the product life cycle. Every product after being used reaches the phase of retirement. At the end of this product useful life, there are various opportunities for exploiting the resources used in the production. The functionality of this entire product are same, or some of the part can be recovered and re-employed for the same task or other tasks, or its originally functionality can be restored and the product used as through new. The ultimate goal of the product recovery is to retrieve a product inherent values when the product no longer fulfill the user desired needs. This is very important strategy where the recovery at the life cycle product of is very important. The product recovery is a major contribution for implementing the sustainable and business practices, which is that can be resulted in saving of energy as well as possible emission and cost related things, so that the process producing in the parts in volume of different original material. And many companies are implementing the product recovery management or waste management program to recover the products or completely an component, thereby eliminating the waste by reusing those scrap material that should be increasing our profits. Coming to different phases of that strategy for recovering and the product life is reuse, remanufacturing, reconditioning, or refurbishing, recycling. These are all very important headings where we need to understand the concept of strategies for recover at the end of the product life cycle. You just see reuse. This is what very important concepts we need to understand. That is reuse. This refers to that process is disassembling the product to recover the usable part and assemblies for the purpose of the utilizing them in newly manufactured products. It is what the concern. The component that have not undergone excessive deteriorations during the use and which guarantees the functional standard and optimum working condition can be recovered as the component for the reassembly. This is what the reuse. Reuse means we need to some disassembled product that is recovered as a useful part that has been once again we need to use for a useful productivity. That is what they are sentenced. Remanufacturing. It refers to returning a used product via manufacturing a type of intermittent process uh, to the least the original performance. The specification with the warranty this equipment is are better than that newly manufactured product. It is it is a process of recapture the value added to the material when the uh, product was first manufactured. For example, if you turned a 25 millimeter diameter rod, that is for one function, it can be reused for 20 or below, that is 15 millimeter diameter rod. So we can easily remanufacture those turner product that will be helpful to fitment for particular job work. So it is what the remanufacturing is all about. And then reconditioning and refurbishing is also very important. It is the process of returning a used product to service work condition that may be inferior to the original specification. Generally the resultant product was the warranty that is less than that of newly manufactured equipment. This is what very concerned means. We need to understand the reconditioning means if the existing thing is not in a condition, then we do some little modification and we coming to that functionality, and we just using that product to be in refurbished way. That is what the reconditioning is saying, that it is the process while returning the use of a product to the satisfactory work condition. Means the warranty of that less than that of newly manufactured. Even though this is what the trending one, refurbished phones is an example of this. Means reuse used materials has been collected and then that has been some modified and then resale, that is known as refurbished shell. That one is as a example. Just see, the reconditioning and refurbishing is a very important strategy for recovering the end of the life cycle products. And then coming to this recycling, it refers to the process by which the product material destined for a disposal or a collected, processed and manufactured into new products completely. Means the material of these parts are cannot be reused, and composer of recyclable and compatible material can be recycled by the recovery process, including the material of own life cycle, or they are can be treated and used external production cycle to the manufactured product with the less stagnant material property requirement. This is what very important thing is the recycle. It refers that the whole product which has been rejected from the customer point of view, that has been collected, and so that the whole product has been can be said as a scrap. So we need to collect that scrap material. As of that we using reusing so some different part of that particular product and recycling. So it is what the property of requirement that is very stagnant. The production cycle manufactured product will be a very linear manner. So life cycle has been increasing. Recycle is a very important concept as this strategy of recovery is very concerned. And coming to the product recycling refer to the process by which the product material distinct or disposal or collected processed and remanufactured in a new product. This is also same thing. The recycling refers to the process by which the product material destined for a disposal are collected. The process which is remanufactured is can be considered as a new product only. Coming to this, the material of the all part that cannot be reused and composed of recyclable and compatible material can be recycled by recovering the recovery process including in the material own life cycle, or there can be retreated and reused as a external production cycle manufacture to produce the products with the less strength material property requirement. This is what the recycle of this particular product is concerned. Coming to the recycling saves the energies to make the product from the recycling material result in energy saving because more energy is required to extract, refine, transport and the process of raw materials to desired shape. So size and finishing also very important concept. This also means that the more than one time cost is been involved. So for reducing such huge losses, we need to recycle some products, so it saves some energies. That is what the sentence is regarding. The cost are involved in for making a product with raw materials. Overall recycling will save some energy, time as well as money in the making of products. Recycling saves the natural resources. That is what the concern with regarding. It helps in conserving the natural resources by minimizing the extraction of fresh raw material from the earth through the mining, the forestry, and recycling helps to reserve the import. And then coming to the recycling helps to protect the environment. This is also very important concept. Recycling producing the amount of waste sent to the landfills and in each year the waste treatment process reduce the substantial air and water pollution result from the extracting raw material, that is mining and quarry etc. That's all, like the extraction of this ores and all regarding, and reduces the greenhouse emissions, thereby while the energy is concerned, thereby the protecting the natural environment and sustaining the plant for a figure of the overall recycling products for the future has been safe as been the planet is concerned, as that greenhouse gases are reduced, and naturally it has some significant to change of this whole process, that is known as this is what the very important the thing regarding which is helps to protect the environment. Coming to the recycle can be generate more revenue. This is also very important point. Slightly the cost of this saving from the recycle helps to reduce the production cost, which is in turn attracts the more customer, generating the more revenue as to the company is concerned and having the edge over the other competitors. Means whenever we go for a fresh wood based material that has been taking too much of revenue, means too much of amounts to spend for raw material, as of this regenerated and recycled material has been used, so that with reducing the capital cost for investment that has been that is helpful to our participating in a market for a competitor, and it will increase the more revenue as the input amount has been cut down. And coming to recycling enhance the business reputation possibility regarding attracting a new customer, enhancing the change of the winning contracts and improving the customers loyalty by the demonstrating the company's environment responsibility can be meet through the recycle efforts only. Business reputation can be thereby enhanced, means these are all the the initial cost of this particular raw material has been reduced the throughout the material has been enhanced changes in winning contracts, and moreover time being the transportation of fresh material to the raw means to the company that has been reduced, so that vastly we can go completely depending upon this recycling, and this business reputation is very concerned. Coming to next concept is regarding human factor in a production design, which is the product design to perform the desired task efficiently. Reliability and safety in the given environment is very important. However, the certain instance the design fails to support the end of the user due to the faulty interaction between the user and the products. So the reason may be due to the following. You just see, enable to the user to handle this product correctly, and enable to operate the product correctly, that is also important. Difficult to operate the product by people of all ages, conditions, sometimes it's normally and physically impaired. And point number 4 is difficult to assemble or install that particular product of different thing. And coming to difficult to maintain the product correctly, these are all very important. As this particular pillar design is concerned, you just see the human factor commonly referred as ergonomics. Ergonomics is the application of psychological and principle of the engineering design. The product, process, and system is very concerned. The goal of the human factor to reduce the human errors and enhance the safety that comfort with the specific focus of this interaction between the humans and the product interest. This also help to improve the company business bottom line, as this since the initiative has been taken. Very easy to use this design that product is chosen in today highly competitive at the market. As this simple illustration of this figures has been telling, the convective pillar design is very in a straight manner. You just see just a cutting player, just you just see that this is what the hand, and it is straight in nature. This is what the ergonomically designed pillar. So you just see this is what very comfortable. You whenever using this design, it's very difficult to handle some situation. Here you just see it can be easily handled, as our hand is so handy. That is what the ergonomic is design is concerned. Whenever the conventional design of pillar has been comparatively inferior to the design changes, which is principally in an ergonomical way. The force resulting the unnecessary straining of the hand will be reduced through this kind of design. But here some strains are been taken for hand, that has been considered, where this the sitting chair has been designed in a such a way. Ergonomical designs of chair as helps to sit in a right posture, and that increase the sitting comfortability, so that long duration reducing the risk of lower back injuries. Likewise, different example is there for ergonomic designs. This is what the poor design, the example of poor design. This is what the improved design. As coming to this human effort is concerned, the factor considered in the earlier stage of this the design of any cycle, and the design team must be considered the following human effort for efficient product design and development. If you considering the definition of this particular description, so that include the anthropometric body measurement, age, level, visual ability, ICT, and the level of training, education, typical specification for environment, it can be included that temperature, humidity, lighting, noise, nearby distraction, space consideration, use requirement can be in a terms of manner in such a way user since the respond when interacting with us all function of the product. The different types of user must be involved in a design process, so that it will identifying that defining the design the sources of accident and as hazardous that is connected with the production and usage of this product, bringing the information according to the all process, all the people associated with the product. As a set of instruction or warning should be clearly indicated to conveyable manner, so that people working with this product can be compared. You just see the making of appropriate decision regarding this proper usage and safety is very important in this human factor product design. And adapting the effective design for assembling approaches, that is also important. The human factor element including the features that make a process easy to assemble, disassemble, and the component and orientation of alignment, and also minimize the need and maintenance. There are avoiding the need for human factors. The element focused on the element maintenance activity that has been concerned. Just to see the standardizing hardware of any software, any specification for any use of common users interfaces across the board, button dials, display color, etc. This is what the standardizing of this particular software has been concerned. Considering the workmanship is of a product, the example, the type of finish the product, the component is appeared. Surface should be a meet a very good design requirement. It should not also pose that obstacle proper operation or maintenance. The design must also taken care of the workplace need to be workmanship. That's comfort level of this safety, ensuring the better quality of the product. As coming to this human effort, you should need to understand this overall ergonomics and common methods. You coming to modeling and simulation in a product design. As of now, this is what the very important design concept is concerned. As as I need to understand the model and simulation is very important prospect as this design of product is concerned. The modeling and simulation enables the product design, that is the modeling and simulation enables to product designer to test whether the design specification are meeting the specific requirement by making the use of the virtual prototypes rather than the condition test on the physical prototype. Building up physical prototypes and the conducting experiment and on tends to be costlier, as that time consuming also. That's also tedious process also. And use of this computer in this regarding the help of building the models of desired product for function. Later the similitude using simulated using as the product function is different condition. Often in this cycle, physical prototyping testing is needed, necessarily is needed. Then only we go for this method. Otherwise, the virtual model creation and testing of this using system only we are concerning. Maybe used with the confirming the simulation results, so that the product design can be moved in onto the manufacturing. The design engineers are increasingly turning simulation earlier as the design cycle is concerned. During the concept development also, this is very important. As coming to the various benefits of modeling and simulation has been concerned, just see this is what the different things we need to understand, as this significantly shorten the design cycle and reducing the cost of the design by creating, analyzing and virtual model, which otherwise would have been complex with the physical prototype. The reduction in the cost and design cycle are crucial to remain the competitive in the world, whereas the pace at which the new customers products are being developed in every increasing day by day. It is what very important concepts. And you just coming to understand allows the evaluating the model to optimize the product system performance or make a prediction about the real product system during the earlier stage of the design. It's also very important concept. As coming to this, provide the designer with the immediate feedback on the design decisions, which in turns the promises as more comprehensive exploration of the design alternatives and the better performing of final design. helps the design to ensure the process and the product reliabilities and quality also. This is very important concept, and ensure the high flexibility in the product design and development process. Minimum risk and flow design, that is very important, thereby improving the design efficiency. This is all concerning uh, with all turns. And okay, somehow this topic is ended, and I just need to conclude some different concept we are discussed in particular chapter. As product design is concerned, we have just discussed about the engineering design and organization and decomposition in a product design, as well as the product design process, the methodological evolution in a product design, that is also, and which a subcomponent as a concurrent engineering, and design for X, that is design central model for development of new product, and strategy for recovery at the end of life, and then recycling, human factor in a product design, as well as modeling and simulation. Up to this concepts are covered in this particular model of chapters, and we just enable to understand about means particular outcome of this particular model is describing the concept of product lifecycle management and then application in a production development process. These are important, and applying the model for a life cycle for product development process, and select the appropriate product life cycle management tool and the system to enhance the collaborative productive development. As well as we are understanding that analyze the strategies of life cycle management, and the emphasize the significance of the digital manufacturing and the product, that is objective of this particular structure. So we are fulfilling the object of this model is the familiarizing the various strategies of PLM, understanding the concept of product design and simulation, development of new product development, as well as product structure and supporting system, interactive technologies, forecasting and innovation and development in a business process, as well as understanding the product building and the product configuration. These are all up to the syllabus is concerned.